Morning, Fernando. Or should I say afternoon?
Exactly.
Afternoon, Fernando.
Afternoon.
How are you doing?
I'm trying to take a nap, but...
You trying to take a nap?
Yeah.
Okay. Seems kind of weird. Anyways, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to 5 Minutes of 5 Star. It is the glorious Monday, and we are working on a Toyota 4Runner. Ah, look at that, right? That looks like a stormtrooper. So, what we got going on in here today, as it would seem, is we're putting in a new radio, of course. We're putting in a 957 XR Kenwood, so this is going to get some wireless CarPlay, and we're using the RR harness for that. There's the old radio there. Over here is the new radio. Yeah, there it is. All shiny gray paint matching. Here's the new RR harness all wired up and ready to go. He brought in some C2 coaxials for the rear and some C5 components for the front that we're getting all set and ready to go. There's the tweeters all set, made up. Fernando just has to finish, wire them up. There's the speaker there, foam, of course, so we don't forget to do that. We're doing some roadkill on the front doors. And then for power, he's getting the LC 4.800 and the ACM 1.300. He's got some form of a subwoofer here. I think it's a JL of some kind, not sure, haven't looked at it yet. That's gonna go back here in the trunk. What we haven't done yet is figured out where the amps are gonna go. Fernando just finished the passenger door, because my guess is I'm gonna be putting most of the stuff underneath the passenger seat. And we wanted to get that side done first. We're also filming this, so we're back in full screen filming action. Speaking of filming, apparently last week's videos, unbeknownst to me, we had already edited. So that was a lot of fun there. But that's what's happening here. Oh, good. So he's getting the C2s out so I can film that little piece of footage. Lots of fun and excitement happening. So if you have a 4Runner sometime in 2021, you're going to get this cool video. I say sometimes because who knows when it's going to come out. We don't do these things in chronological order or anything like that. We just film a bunch of them at once, and then we work our way through them throughout the year. So good times, good times. But yeah, there's really not much to show yet in the way of what's happening. It was lunchtime, and I was like, hey, let me do this. And because tonight is Monday. You know what that means, Fernando?
Yes.
What does that mean?
That means we're going on Facebook.
That's right. We got the Facebook live show tonight.
Yes.
Hey, Elias, I need to call you. We need to talk about something. We have an idea. But yeah, so that's going to be happening tonight.
Yeah.
The rebroadcast of this show here, actually, this is the first week back for that, so that's up. So if you guys like this, and it's like way difficult and hard to find because it's throughout the week, we're just putting them, we're going back to the Monday the Monday 5-minute Instagram most hated show thing, whatever, it's up there. So that's it. What did Bobby ask? Lunchtime, what's that? That's when we eat something really quick between doing something else. Have you guys replaced the head unit in 2018 Elantra? Just wondering, it's labor intensive. I gotta be honest with you, man, I forget everything I do. Not gonna lie, until I see it again. Do you remember doing the Elantra? 18? I mean, it sounds familiar. I think that has that big Metra dash kit.
I don't even know what I'm doing right now.
I know. I think I mean, it's like any other radio. It just takes time. Go slow. Read the instruction. But yeah, I believe that's that new big Metro dash kit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that if memory serves. Shout out from Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Ooh.
Dude, last year I was supposed to be there.
Where?
Atlantic City.
Where's
That was the New Jersey.
Okay.
That was the trip with Artie that I was supposed to go on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were supposed to head out there, and that got canceled. And of course, it ain't happening this year either. Yay. Maybe 2022, I'll make it out there for that. That'll be fun, right?
Yes.
We'll do, man. So, but yeah, nothing too exciting. Just another Monday. Just doing what we do. Fernando's, of course, putting some foam on these, and that's it. That's it. Just wanted to call and say hi and let everyone know that, you know, tonight is the show. So make sure to tune in tonight at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time on Facebook. Dean, thoughts on the new Kicker 2.5 Midler? Might change by 3.5s. Keep the 3.5s. Keep the 3.5s. We have a set here. They sound great, but keep the 3.5s. No. Keep the 3.5s. Trust me on that one. Your live video is clear and good sounding. Well, that works. Where you guys do tempo ultra passive, where do you set the for that one? We leave at we go 0 or +3. So never minus on a Morel, because it's either 0 or +3. Can you list some 6.5 components that sound great in the $150 price range? Kendwood Exelons, the entry-level Morels sound pretty good. I'm sorry, they sound really, I don't know why I said pretty good. Entry-level Morels, I don't remember I don't think it's the Tempos, I think it's Maximo or Maxima.
Maximo.
You have the Auditors from Focal. Man, trying to think. You could get into those. I don't like those. Primes, the Primes, the CS from Kicker. Those all sound really nice. But yeah, is the JBL Toyota the worst premium sound system of all manufacturers? It's up there really high. There's no doubt about it. It's up there really high. I don't know if I'd call it the worst. That seems unfair to say anything's the worst. It's bad. But there again, some people love it. So it's just what you know. How much advance notice do you have to what vehicle you're working on? I got here at 9:30 and I found out what I was working on at 9:35. There's no advance notice. We have no idea what's happening from day to day. None at all. It's quite hilarious. Recently installed Key 204. Should I be worried about sending full range signal to fronts and rears? 60 hertz high pass, sounds very flat. No sub right now, so need extra punch. If it's okay, should you be worried? No, it just depends what you're trying to do. I mean, the speaker's perfectly capable of playing it. It just depends on the volume and how much bass you're trying to get out of them. So if you're a balls to wall all day long kind of guy, then yeah, you're probably going to hurt the speakers. But if you're listening at normal listening levels and you're just looking for some impact to the music, it should be fine. Once you add the subwoofer, of course, you're going to turn that thing up. But yeah, I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's just, you have to pay attention, you know, and make sure that the speakers aren't distorting. And you'll know when they are, because they don't sound good anymore. Have you ever had a bad tweeter and a new component set of Morels? Not in a Morel. No problem, Bobby. Rockford components in front, coaxials in rear. That'd be spectacular. Maximo, thank you. Under seat subs you like. I need trunk space now that I have a baby. Our personal favorites that we always talk about are, the Comp RTs from Kicker. Comp RTs sound wonderful. Now you have the L7Ts. So it just depends. Like if you're trying to get tons of bass in a small downfiring type enclosure, then the L7T is really nice. And of course, this woofer that I have just sitting here staring at me right now is also a really nice one, which is the ARC 12-inch. This guy is phenomenal too. This one gets up and dance about 400 watts. The nice thing about this is it built-in height. The magnet's in the front, so I mean, as far as shallow goes, it doesn't get any more shallow than that. But there's plenty of them out there to choose from, and those are just a few that we like. The nice thing about the Kicker is that you can get the Comp RTs now, the 8, 10, and 12, in a preloaded enclosure, all set and ready to go. Built, done, passive radiator. They sound great. So that might be a way to go, just because you don't have to do anything other than hook it up, which, as we know, is also fun. Have you been successful on Tesla installs? The cars, we haven't seen many of them come in. Actually, I don't think we've seen any of them come in. The radios, Tesla Star radios suck. I need a T-harness for a 2020 Camry XX. Don't have one. Yeah. Don't really have one yet. The closest thing, which I don't know if that's going to be it, is the D. That's not a T-harness, though. You might have to make one. So what I would recommend doing is going to metraonline.com. That's metraonline.com. And type in your make, model, year. They're going to have two harnesses. One is going to be 70 dot whatever, whatever. And the other is going to be 71 dot whatever, whatever. Most of the time you have to buy two 70s because they're not pinning all the wires, and you may need to pull some out of one and put it in the other. But the 71, which is the other side, usually has all the wiring, and that'll be a male and female harness you can use to make a T-harness. That's what we do in a pinch. How do you use the Sony high resolutions with other head units? Well, the head unit isn't the problem. The high resolution tweeters are just there for filling in some of those above board frequencies. You can put them on any one of the radios. Any one of the radios that is a high res radio. So Pioneer and Kenwood both make high res stereos. So yeah, go for it. See you guys going back to work. So are we. Hello from California. Alright, continue to have issues with my Zen A to B. Have you encountered issues with the Nav TV interface? Not in years. When the product first came out, we had issues, but since, no, it's been pretty solid. I mean, we still do them a lot. Like, we just did one like 2 weeks ago. No, they're usually pretty solid. I mean, there might be a software update for it that has come out since then, but for the most part, they're pretty solid pieces. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Hi from California. Can y'all recommend an installer in New Orleans? I don't know anybody in that part of town. I'm sorry. Have you made your own RCAs? Any recommendations? I have, and I don't have any good recommendations. And with that, I think we're going to end the show right here, guys. Tonight, you can ask us a ton of questions. We'll be available 6:30 Eastern Standard Time over on the Facebooks. 5-Star Car Stereo. We'll be there. This has been 5 Minutes of 5-Star. You guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you tonight. Well, good morning, everyone on the way to work. Yep, there's the headrest. If any one of you guys gets my name, Dean Bayette, to follow you on Instagram this here, don't. It's a fake account. Somebody, hey, that's how you know you're famous, I guess, because somebody's made a fake account and wants to spam everybody. So this is just a warning. If it pops up in your feed, just report it as spam so we can get rid of it. My Instagram account, other than the 5-star one, is the real 5-star Dean, not my name. It used to be, but obviously I've had to change it. So anyways, that's what's going on this morning. A lot of fun there. So if you get my name as trying to follow you, don't, because it's fake. I mean, if you're into the fake stuff, I mean, you could have fun with this person, I guess. That would, whatever works for you. But yeah, all my buddies are texting me this morning, letting me know, fake account. So I apologize if it's caused you any harm, but yeah, fake account here on Instagram. But yeah, it's not me. But we got a great day in store for you today. We're filming today, and of course we'll come on later today and talk about it. The car we're filming today is a Chevy Impala, which we're excited to finally have in the store because you guys always ask about that one. So it's not a big system, but it's going to be a great video because we got a lot of topics we're going to cover in it. So pretty excited about that. Later on today, we'll get back with you. But that's it. I just wanted to call and let you know, I just wanted to come on here and let you know that if you have a friend request or a follow request on Instagram from me, it's not me. So don't. Just report it as spam. You guys have a great day. We'll see you a little later on. Bye. Afternoon, Fernando.
6:30 yet?
It's 3 o'clock. We're halfway there. I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why not?
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Followers of the real 5-star Car Stereo. So when you guys caught that, don't accept anything from me as far as it's got my name on it. Don't believe it. It's not real. But with that being said, I know I told you guys this morning that we were going to have an Impala. And this clearly is not an Impala. However, what's up? The reason why it's not here is we filmed it. All right, so we filmed all kinds of cool stuff with the Impala. and we'll get that out to you. But I didn't want to spoil all the stuff that we talked about. It was a simple amp install, so it wasn't like we went crazy and did like what we're gonna do to this. But we covered a lot of really cool information, so that's why we didn't go on this morning and talk about the Impala, because we want to kind of save that for when we release that video in the next couple weeks. But we do have this Toyota Tundra. I have to look, because Toyota Tundra, Tacoma, I mean, come on guys, a little creativity. We got a ton of stuff going in this, and this is what we're going to be doing probably for the next day and a half, I guess. Yeah, it's getting a lot. Let's go over the stack of goodies we got going on in this, because who doesn't like to look at a stack of goodies? I mean, how many of those cool Instagram pictures where they just kind of like pile up all the equipment in front of the car and be like, bro, we're doing this, check it out. This is no different, obviously, though. I'm just going to tell you and save the headache. We're doing the Ground Zero sound treatment kit in the front doors. We're doing what we call the basic roadkill kit for the rear, where we just concentrate around the speaker itself, behind it, and the panel where it's mounted in, mainly the panel where it's mounted in. He's getting a DMX 706 in the dash, because this thing, what year is this, Fernando? Do you know?
No, I don't know. 2020.
Is it?
2019.
2019. So this doesn't have CarPlay. So we're giving him CarPlay. Metra dash kit, because that dash kit for this car is awesome. I don't know if you guys have been following, but man, I'm not gonna lie, Metra has been upping their game something fierce in the last year and a half with some of their products. Just saying, way to go, Metra. You know, paying attention, giving us what we want. That's awesome. Good for them. 4-gauge kit. We're doing the Rockford P38, which is the truck mount. It's that box there. The reason why we have to switch the woofers to get the right ohm load. But this box, this is the P3S1X12. Fits like a glove in the middle behind the back seat. Fernando's washing the car right now, getting it all COVID free. But this area right here, that Rockford box, there's a mat that's on here. We cut it to fit, drop the box right in place. You do have to pull this seat out to get to it, but it fits in there perfect, tons of bass. You just need the box with the grill. You have to have a grill on the woofer, have to, which is why that grill is sitting right there. Q-Class 1005. Paul bought a bunch of, Kicker had a special on refurbished ones. I don't know how many he has left, but he got a deal on them. So we got them. Discount, awesome. Who doesn't want to save money? We're doing the Focal, the new ISTOI 69. So this is the current rev of them. You can tell by this magenta or maroon stripe, whatever color that is. That means these are the newer ones. And then we're doing the 6.5 coaxials in the rear. Now we've filmed this enough times. We're not going to be filming this because, I mean, we've done it and we've beat this. This is like an F-150. We've done this enough times to where we don't need another one of these, and there's not anything we're doing in this that's any different than what we've done a million times. So I don't know why I even told you that, but you know, yay. So yeah, that's what's going on here in the bay. Yeah, Fernando's just over there cleaning away. So to talk about that, we wiped down all this, everything we're going to touch gets wiped down. First, we use an aerosol disinfectant, whichever ones we can find. As everyone knows, it's a pain in the butt to find the good ones, so we buy as many of them as we can. So we have a can here, and then in the bathroom it looks like a janitor's closet, and then we smoke the whole car, and then we let it set, and then we come in and we wipe everything down with a disinfectant cleaner that doesn't affect the plastic. That took some time to figure out, but we did all that, so bonus there. All right, let's see what we got here. Hey guys, guy I know has a problem. D4.0 grounded to battery, speaker hisses with RCA's disconnected and car off. What could be the problem? Wait a minute, disconnected and car off. What could be the problem? That sounds really weird. I don't know. That's like Ghost in the Machine kind of stuff. Well, you can call him and ask him as far as will he sell you one. Yeah, why not? Pretzels today. Butter flavored, yummy. Yeah, give him a call. I mean, he loves selling stuff, so why not? I don't know. Do I need 2 amps? First one, 350 watts RMS. Second one, 800 watts. 2020 Civic. Do you need them? Don't know. Do you want them? Maybe. Depends on what you're trying to do. If it's just a regular 2020 Civic, non-premium sound, where it just has the 6 speakers in it, the 2 tweeters mid and rear, yeah, 2 amps would be ideal. Tweeter, you know, it's out of that radio is just 4-channel audio, so you're good. If it's the premium sound system, then yeah, those 2 amplifiers are fine, but you're also going to need the Metra DSP for it, so you can get your 6-channel preamp output out of the radio, combining the center channel and adding the subwoofer in, and getting the signal so you don't have to sum the tweeters and make your life a living hell and sound terrible. I have 3 PRV12s and 2 tweeters, and each in my front doors. In 2017, you should send a picture. Tag me in the picture of that. I would love to see that. I bet you that thing, when you open those doors, you could probably hear them for a mile. I love that shit. I'm the only one, though. When we go to these loudspeaker shows, where's Fernando? Okay, so this is the car. He does this. And I'm the only one there going, it's so cool. Haley's over there with Fernando, both shaking their heads, going, this guy's an idiot. Wax on, wax off, Fernando, says Fro.
What's on? What's on? Yep.
Now, what he's doing now, which I don't know why we haven't automated this yet, probably because we're stupid.
I have it. I just have to print it.
Yeah, is we take the measurements for the steering wheel in the car so that when we're done, when we're doing sound treatment, when we do time alignment, I don't know why I said sound treatment, that was dumb. So we measure all of this whole thing, and get it all the way, because he doesn't have one of those cool buttons right here, and it's a power seat, so we know we're going to move it. So we measure all this up and get it, so when we're done, we can put it back to the exact same spot it is. That way, when we do all our timing and EQ and all that, it's set up for him the way it was when he came in. Plus, it's just nice, because, I mean, think about it. How many times have you, like, gone to get your car worked on, and you know they're going to have to move the seat, you don't have all those seat memories, and it's like, I don't know about you, but, like, when I sit, it's like my seat has not moved in 10 years since I bought the car. And, I mean, I won't even move it to vacuum. Because then I got it's not right. And if I do, I will actually use a tape measure to figure out how back I put it so it'll go back in. Yeah, those are the kind of problems I have in my life. I wrote you on a DM. Okay. So that fake account asked me I would like to donate. Don't. Yeah, for those of you guys that don't know, apparently here on Instagram, someone decided to create a really cool fake account of mine. You can tell by the name, it's definitely not me. You know, because you can make your account whatever you want, but mine now is the real 5-star Dean, so yay. Pretzels are lunch, by the way. Dean, I'm inclined to believe the Instagram account with the better hat in the profile pic. Okay, so that was my profile. That one with the hat is my profile pic. This morning I changed it to, you know, but yeah, I liked that hat. That was a fun hat. That was a really cool trip when we went to Disney. We took pictures of me in every stupid hat we could find. Something Haley wanted to do. It was a really good time. But yeah, so that was, you know, when you're setting up your account, you just scroll through and find a stupid picture of yourself. And that one's been there for like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. So I like the hat. No, that was on purpose. That was, sorry, it was going to fall. Don't want to, you know, pretzel down. Dean has a stalker. Yeah, I know, right? Scary. Ooh. But no, I actually put the hat. There's a picture of me with the Yoda ears too. I didn't find that one. That one would be a cool one to put on there, right, Fernando?
Yeah.
I'll see if I can find the Yoda ears and I'll put that on there. That'd be cool. How's work going today? It's going great. Not gonna lie. Today's been a lot of fun. We got to play with a new product this morning, which I always love doing. This one is just gonna be, you know, the Toyota's gonna just be what we do. But playing with a new product this morning was pretty fun. So far, what is today? Today's Wednesday, right?
It is?
Yeah, it is. Wednesday. Yeah. Yeah. No, wait. Is today Thursday? What is today? Holy crap. No, today is Wednesday. Today's the 20th. Man, I tell you, it's rough. I have no idea. Is tagging the pick 12? Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I want to see that. I thought I was not really. Have you guys a Philly pretzel? No, but I love pretzels. I'm not gonna lie. Big fan of pretzels. Love soft pretzels. like Annie Ann's and Annie Ann's pretzels, or of course Mickey has pretzels. In Epcot, they have Germany, which has pretzels. Anytime we go out to eat and they have like a hot pretzel with cheese, that's a tough one to pass up. But I'm a big pretzel fan. So, you know, and then, yeah, I just like pretzels. What do you guys think of Nakamichi's DSP? You know, it's a DSP. It's affordable. Does the job. It's not any, you know, we unboxed it. We talked about it. We walked you through the steps. We basically made a visual how to use it. The software that it uses is the same software that a lot of companies use, like Alpine uses it. Audio, Jesus. A bunch of companies use the same software, I'm sorry. And Audio Dynamics, as well as Dayton and a couple others, all use that same software. Ground Zero uses it in their Mini. It was all right. The tech support on it, you know, like when we had issues, it was kind of rough. But yeah, I mean, plus it depends on which one. Like we reviewed one of them. They have like 4, so it was very odd. Is that the fake Fernando behind you? Shh. Don't say nothing. Just pretend. Make believe day. 2015 Silverado non-Bose. I have a DSR1 and a GM3. Anything else I need install? Ready to flash it? Nope. Go for it. Don't flash it for universal mode. Flash it for the car. So go back in and flash it for the 2015 GM Silverado. Don't do universal mode. Do it for that car, because when you do it for the car, it gives you the ability to control the chime. So it's not a universal installation. They talk to the data bus and control the chime level through the DSR. So you have to flash it for that car. Anytime you're using one of their harnesses, flash it for the car. On your advice, I bought the Kicker Comp RT. Very happy. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Who caught last night's show on Kicker, by the way, with Steve Irby on there? That was phenomenal. I love listening to that guy talk. He's got great stories. What do you upgrade first? Second battery or high output alternator? Ooh. I've done way more second batteries than I've done high output alternators, mainly because they're usually hard to find. Now they're becoming more and more available thanks to, you know, the guys that are doing that. I mean, I feel like the battery would be first in my book, because you might be okay with just the battery. Don't know. I mean, if you're building a mega system, obviously you're going to have to do them both, but I think the battery. You need a gift card to Annie Ann's. Hey, Dean, any chance I can get a callback left number with Paul trying for May? Thanks, brother. We got time, but yeah, you will get a callback for sure. Definitely. Probably, yeah. I won't say when, but you'll get a callback. Everyone gets a callback. So May's okay. We still got time. There is no flash for this model. Really? All right, well then universal mode it is. Man, wow. That's weird. That is peculiar. Okay. I'll take your word for it. Tahoe backup camera and rear mirror. How can move signal to new double DIN? So the easiest thing to do is go up to the mirror. However, in an 07 Tahoe, I believe the wiring is located here in the kick panel, but it is easier to go up to the mirror. We do have a video on it, not specifically that car. It's a universal, like we're doing it in a Ford, but it's the same 4 wires up at the mirror. Really, you just need to get the signal. But we talk to you how to do it, how to walk through it. Just do a search for like how to relocate my mirror camera down to the radio. And we'll show you how to do it. Hey Dean, how do you do a factory reboot on a 6906? You gotta go into the menu. What is that called? Yeah, we were just talking about that. Initialize? Yeah, you gotta go to the initialize setting. If it's locked up, there is no rebooting it. It will still work. You have to go into the sub menu and look for initialize. We did the JVC today, and of course But yeah, it's initialized. JVC has it in the same spot, same menu, but we talked about that on today's show. Kicker L78 versus Rockford Fosgate P38. Ooh, I'm thinking the L78 is probably going to be louder. Hands down. Kicker fanboy for life. Yes, you are, Bobby. Yes, you are. Great stories last night with Steve. I know, right? I wish we got more time with him. It was pretty awesome. Alternator before battery upgrade anytime. Well, there you go. That's the great thing about this. So if you know, like I said, I explained how I felt. He likes the alternator first. I mean, I feel you have to have some place for the power to go. It's almost one of those things like you almost have to do it at the same time. But Fosgate P2, yeah, no. All right. Second battery after primary upgrade is done. All right, so that's the great thing about this is everyone can kind of give their thoughts on it. If everyone's saying alternator, go alternator. I'm all for it. It's not something we do a ton of, so I'm not going to pretend like I'm the, yeah, you got to do this. No, not even close. Have you guys tried out any of the Hertz Pro audio stuff? Yes, we have. Actually, that was funny. I was just looking at some of it today for a build that somebody wants to do. It's phenomenal. Those 6x9s that they just came out with is basically they remanufactured the what was it called? What was the Hertz? High energies. Thank you. They remanufactured the high energy 6x9s, which were some of my favorite loud 6x9s. They put a Neo magnet on it, but man, dude, yeah, those things were crazy. We had done a system for a guy where he showed up with a Beats by Dre system that has like 6 3.5s, 4 6x9s, and we took all that crap out and put 4 of the high energy 6x9s in. That was it, and destroyed that whole system. He was like, because he just wanted loud. He wasn't going for like all that other foo-foo-y stuff that we do. He's just like, dude, I just want it loud. And I was like, put these in. At the time, those things were like $550 a pair. So he was like, are you sure? And I was like, I'm sure, trust me. So yeah, but they've now put them into the SPL show line with a Neo magnet. So big time. All right, no problem. Dean, what's the model number on the T-harness for the non-premium system Accords? It's the same harness as it's the same harness. I honestly don't know it off the top of my head, and I don't have one over here. I don't know if they still make them, though, because there was somebody saying that they didn't. But it's in the I mean, you can go to metroonline.com. If it's there, it's there. But I don't honestly remember. It's like I think it's like an HON2 or HON3, something like that. I think they do Milli Pros all the time. I mean, yeah, preferably, yes. That's the go-to for sure. Excess power recommended second battery before alternator. Well, there you go. So basically what we're getting at here is we've got 3 opinions so far, 3 for, 3 against. And I don't look at it like that as far as like against or for. It's just 3 different, we have 2 options, and 50% of us said do it this way, 50% of us said do it that way. And like I said, by no means am I the expert on this one. So just like Dean said, I agree with him. Okay. But if excess power is saying it, although I feel it's almost jaded. We're all so conspiracy theories nowadays. But excess power would be more of an authority on this, and I think all of us would be. I mean, just a guess. But takes power to make power. Battery is for car when off. Yes, no doubt. No doubt. You have to have a place for the power to go, though. So, like, I feel if you get a big alternator and there's no place for that power to go, whereas if you have the reserve power already and then add the alternator, that was my thinking on it anyway. So this has become alternator and battery talk with 5-Star Car Stereo. Thank you for tuning in today. Do you have a video on how's the best way to solder wire? That's not how you spell solder. No, I don't, as a matter of fact. However, I can tell you right now, if you go onto YouTube and type in how to solder wire, you will find crazy people talking about how to solder wire, because it is one of those, it's like the difference between what tape to use. People get really crazy about soldering wire. There's no doubt about it. The only thing I can say is good heat, good solder. Don't camp out, meaning just get that stuff on there as quick as you can. Do a nice job. Make sure it pulls up nice and good. But no, it's not anything I want to break into. Menus, special, initialize. So for that Kenwood, Fro has typed in how to do it. Menu, special, and then initialize. So go to menu, go to special, scroll down, and you see initialize, tap it. Ding, ding, ding. Canister cap. Oh God, spray paint cap. All right. Well, hey, listen, I'd love to hang out, answer some more stuff, but Fernando's ready to get started on this car. It's all clean, it's ready to go. I'm gonna get in there and start knocking this thing out with him. You ready, Fernando?
I'm ready, man.
All right, check back in tomorrow. We'll show you our progress and let you know what's going on. Otherwise, you guys have a great rest of your day on this fine inaugural Wednesday. Yay. Bye. There's Fernando. You know what this must mean. There's the sound.
Party tonight.
Ooh, we do? It's Thursday night party over at Hi-Fi Vegas house?
That's correct.
Yeah.
How do you do that? That's reverse.
I don't know.
No?
I can never remember the name. I always get our news show and that show confused. What is one's high level talk and the other one's reverse polarity. So the news is high level talk, right?
Yes, correct.
Should I be turning on the laser?
You see Bumblebee, man. Bumblebee.
Jesus. All right, let me go turn on the laser. So how's everybody doing today? Millennium Falcon. It's my other ride. My other ride is the Millennium Falcon, right? Isn't that how that goes? What are you getting me into here?
You're just gonna be here.
You're just getting carried away now. You're turning these things into billboards.
Well, yeah. It's just branding.
Oh my gosh. I tell you, man. Good. You go, Fernando. Fernando from San Diego. Hi, guys.
Hey, what's up?
What's the temperature today? Do you have your watch handy?
Yes.
Or you have your phone?
I can tell you
What's the temperature? I can tell you what it's going to be tonight. Freaking cold.
right now it's 70.
Is it 7? Oh, right on.
70.
And then is it going to be in the 60s? No.
It's gonna be
50s. Yep.
50s
Jesus.
when it drops. See?
Gosh.
That's when I get sick. Jesus.
No, you get sick from a weak immunity system. You don't drink your vitamin C's.
I do.
Bro, you got to be like Hogan. Say your prayers, take your vitamins.
Hogan. Hulk Hogan? Like the one yesterday?
We have a funny Hulk Hogan story.
Yeah.
So yesterday, I'm a big fan of Hulk Hogan, by the way. If you guys caught me the last week and I wore my Hulkamania shirt, been a fan my whole life. Yesterday, see this car parked right here? That was Hulk Hogan's car, not that one. He has a Hellcat, gorgeous black Hellcat. Consequently, Fernando's I think everyone knows what Hellcat is.
Yeah.
Fernando's favorite car is what?
Mine is a Challenger, but dude, still, man, that's a beautiful car. Yeah.
Gorgeous car.
Yeah.
So, I'm walking up. I don't even see the guy driving it. I see the other guy getting out of the car. I was like, that guy kind of looks familiar. It's because he owns the Hulkamania store over on Clearwater Beach. Anyways, I'm like, why do I know that guy? And then I'm looking at the car. I'm like, oh, damn. Fernando's going to love to see this car. And I look at the driver. I'm like, oh, shit, that's Hulk Hogan. Don't care. Because, I'm not going to bother him. It's not my thing. He's going to get sushi at Ken's Sushi right down the street. He's a big sushi guy. But I open the door and I say, Fernando, you got to see this car. Okay, so he's halfway out of his car. And then he sees me waving Fernando. He gets back in his car and shuts the door. He doesn't want to say hi to us. Doesn't want to do nothing. And I'm like, bro, I said to his partner that was there, I said, man, we're not going to bother you guys. This is his favorite car. I just wanted to show him this car. And he even starts up the car like he's going to drive away. But his buddy's still standing outside. And I'm like, all right, let's just go back inside, let him get out of his car, and then we'll come back out and look at the car. It was the strangest thing I've ever seen. Customers that were parked next to him that I just spent the last 45 minutes quoting out their system, they had a beautiful Dodge Ram, all decked out, lowered, gorgeous. We're going to be putting a system in that here soon. And, they were like, do you see Hogan? And I go, yeah, but this is his car. And he goes, yeah, I care less about Hogan. This car is freaking awesome. I was like, yeah. So then we talked about the car for a little bit. But it was just the weirdest thing ever because we've always been told, like, Hogan's the nicest guy. He'll say hi to everyone.
He got scared.
Yeah.
Like,
the gun show was here. Freaking Jimmy Superfly Snuka over here gonna drop the atomic elbow. It was just the weirdest thing ever. So that was our Hogan story yesterday for those of you guys that don't care. because I don't. He's a butthole. Yeah, bro, he totally dissed on the Dean and Fernando. What the hell? Anyways, what do we got going on today, you ask? We have...
Sound effects. What's up?
Sound effects in the house?
Sound effects in the house.
Awesome. We have the Toyota Tundra that we started yesterday, and we are, of course, using the new Snap-on battery maintainer. Fernando has it unclipped right now because he's, as you know, working on the battery portion of this exercise. Here's our braided power wire already up and into the car. That means that the amplifier's got to be in. So let's head over to here and check out the amplifier. If you guys didn't check out yesterday, this is a Q-Class 1005 that's going to be powering the Focal plug-and-plays or integration series, however you want to put it. So we got going on here is our speaker wires are going off over here, RCAs are going off, bass knob is going off, power wire is coming this way, power wire goes up, around, over, and back in. Ground wire, we're using the factory amplifier ground. So this is for the factory amplifier, not this panel, this area here. And we make our own panel, of course, it'll bolt in. Anyways, what we do is we unplug it, take it all apart, and move it up into here. So here is the factory harness that is normally up underneath the seat. Right down in that hole there is another ground hole for the car that isn't being used. So we move the ground that's normally right here, which you can see our wires going to it, and we move it up into this other factory location here. And this allows us to plug in our two harnesses that we make using the iData ATO2, I believe. It's 2 or 3. We pull all the pins out because Toyotas are super easy to depin, and we rearrange it because it's not right. And then we can plug it in, and this will get tucked over the side. I left it out for you guys to see so we could show you that we just relocate the whole harness over here. And because we've done that, we have plenty of room now to run our wires up. It is the 3. Thank you, Fernando. So the ATO3. It's not pinned right. You have to pull all the pins out and repin it, but you'll get a harness so you won't have to cut anything. So the factory amplifier will plug back into here. The other thing I suggest you do is unplugging this stupid center channel they have. This is a non-JBL system, but it still has a center channel. But it uses the right and left front speakers. When adding an amp, it can do weird things to it, so make sure you reach in and unplug this. Mandatory. Just get rid of it. Unless you're going to amplify it, in which case, go for it, but get a different speaker to do that, not this one. So this will go up there. Our RCAs are already up in the dash. If you're going to run, this is a 6-foot RCA from here to here. For those of you guys that are, it's like, hey, 6-foot RCA. But the trick is, you have to pull the glove box to run the RCAs. The RCAs need to come up through here because there is no area along this route to get them up. The wires all run up and they come and they go like this. So pull the glove box out. You can get to where the factory wiring is and get your RCAs in, no problem. As you can see, a 6-footer. We got plenty of wiring for the 6-footer. So there's no issues there if you guys are thinking, what size RCA? Because don't run a 12, you just need a 6. Subwire is snaked around into the back. We haven't got to pulling the seat out yet. That's going to be the P300T from Rockford. The factory box fits in there perfect. There's done. Tweeters are in the dash. Speakers are in the door. Oh, we added the Focal logos so that, you know, it seems to be the thing. Do you have one of the plug-and-play 6x9 still?
Yeah, right here.
All right, so if you guys have never seen plug and play, let me come over here. So this is the Focal. All right. This is the factory. Oh my gosh, right? Really? Isn't that crazy? So Focal factory. Flip them over. Oh yeah, that's definitely factory. Flip them over. Oh, well, okay, so now that's better. That's definitely Focal. So this is, you know, but the idea is that they are made to fit. If you'll notice this extra piece right here, this is something that Toyota does on certain models, not all. So whatever they use to clone this speaker, they just added that back in. The one problem you run into with these is that if you'll notice, the wires come out on the end here, and on the newer Toyotas, they've moved them up into the top. Fernando likes to lengthen the wires to do that. They do give you an extension to make that work. He's not a fan of that, so he lengthens out the wire. This is the extension.
So they normally want you to plug this
into here.
Into here. You can still do that. It's nothing wrong with that. But I like to feel the click of.
Yeah, so he'll cut the harness, lengthen it out the 6 or 8 inches it needs to be, use the same color wire, solder it all up, tape it all back to factory, and then we can plug it in. That way, when they put these, if they put these back in, which they probably won't, they can clip it right in. But you'll notice that they do an excellent job. There is the rubber top piece, just like they have a foam top piece, butyl rubber surround, foam surround. Much nicer speaker. It's so gorgeous, Fernando. It's so gorgeous. I can't even fathom what the shop charges for this kind of quality work. Neither can I. I have no idea. Actually, it was funny. So Haley was telling me last night on the fake Dean account that guy created.
Yeah.
She was asking him for prices on stuff. Just playing with him and asking him for prices. And she goes, "This is how we know it's fake Dean. Dean doesn't know any of the damn prices.
Yeah.
You should do more research if you're gonna play fake something, because I think at this point now everyone's just hammering this guy.
Oh.
And he's too dumb to stop the account.
Like not delete the account.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so like she just went ham on him. It was so funny. Film the ram, please, Bobby. So funny. I like that. Did you see the picture his wife put up today?
Yeah, pretty nice. I was like, Bobby? No. Look
Thanks,
at that,
Bobby.
man.
All right, so what else do we got going on this? Really? One last thing. I talked about the bass knob. Q-Class has that big bass knob. So what we did is it's mounted right here. There's this cool little panel. So didn't even have to do anything crazy. It had plenty of room to fit right in there. So it didn't have to go nuts or anything. So that'll go in the dash, and this will give us all the cool things that he can have. Hey, I emailed you. Where are you guys located? We're in Clearwater, Florida, and my guess is you probably emailed Paul the shop, so I wouldn't have gotten it. Your opinions on the best 6.5 component set in the market right now? I don't really have one. That's too many variables, you know, between price and dreams, and because I mean, remember, you can get into a set of 6.5 components right now for almost 10 grand.
Mm-hmm.
Utopias.
Yeah.
Thesis. Hell, the new JBLs that are coming out are going to be 5 grand. Does that mean they're the best for you? I don't know.
What's best for you?
Yeah, what's best for you? I mean, do we all want to drive around in Bentleys and Rolls Royces and Ferraris and Lamborghinis and
have a party
and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Because, you know, then they would be Hyundais at that point. I wonder how long it takes for the audio control to get behind this Bluetooth bass knob controller. It'll be actually pretty quick. That'll be pretty quick. I think they've already got samples on that one. So that we should probably see within the next month or two. According to what we've talked about, as long as there's no COVID-related delays or shipping or anything, we'll get that pretty fast. So, yeah, that one's like I said, they've already got samples. So,
yeah.
Oh my God, you're just going crazy. You gotta slow it down, man.
Really? I think it's pretty cool. That's what we did the last time.
I know, it's pretty good. Bugattis, yes, we all need Bugattis. 2 batteries at 360 RMS. Amp is 800 watts RMS for a Civic 2020. Yeah, I mean, the problem you're gonna run into with a Civic is that unless you're moving, those batteries ain't charging, because that alternator doesn't turn on until you do 45 miles an hour. So that's always gonna be the problem in the Civics. I'm not able to find the Metro DSP piece for the Civic. Right now it is on back order. However, there's 2... yeah, right now the 31 band is on back order. I just found that out this morning because we need one for a job. The 15 band is not. So if I was looking at it for an Accord. But this is they have the AX DSPL HN3, which is a 6-channel front rear sub with 15 band EQ. It's this guy here, but then they also make the X, which is the 10 band DSP. So the X is on back order right now. We found that out this morning, but supposedly this, if it'll work in your car, is not. The HN3 is available. So that's all I know about that. Without going in and digging up and looking to see if it's compatible with your car. Now, if your Civic, okay, so the thing you got to remember about your Civic, This is what you have to check on all your Hondas. There is, hold on. All right, let me show you this right here. So on the amplifier, see these plugs? All right, this plug right here, it's a 1-wire black plug off to the corner. This is the digital signal that feeds the amplifier, okay? If it does not have this, if this does not have this digital 1 plug, it looks like an antenna. If it doesn't have that, then you actually have an analog amplifier, and you can use its variable voltage out of the head unit into the amplifier. You don't need one of these. You can use anybody's DSP and go before the amplifier. We actually did a video on that a year ago. It's part of a couple different videos, but that's how you know. So if it has that black, it's a gray thing with one single black wire, and if you unplug it, all the sound cuts off. That's your digital input to the amplifier. If it doesn't have that, it's analog in. You solder on some RCAs, go right into any DSP you want, or in any amplifier you want for that matter. Don't need high level, low level, don't need anything. It's just RCAs and done. It's just like your factory radio. Actually, you could go behind the radio if you wanted and use a factory harness there. You can get a 71 harness. You get a 71 and a 70 harness. So I always talk about those. Let's go to Metro Online here, and they're not going to show it, but a 17 harness. Hold on. 71. Let's just search, see if it pulls up a 71 harness. All right, so here we go. This is fun with Metro's webpage today. Metro would be happy. So like this is a 71 1777, and this is the harness. Hold on. Sorry, I'm looking at myself. This is the harness that would plug into the factory radio. So any harness that starts with a 71 is going to plug into the back of the radio. If you find a harness that starts with a 70, I hit return, we'll go here, search. So any harness that has a 70 in it, like this one does, just random stuff. This is what plugs into the factory radio. So it plugs into the factory harness. Like this harness, this looks like it's for a Dodge. It is for a Dodge. This would plug, when you unplug the radio, this would be the back of the radio harness. So if you buy a 70 and a 71, you can make a T harness. What you'll find though is most 70s, you need to buy 2 of them because they're not going to have all the wiring that you need, whereas for some reason 71s typically do. I think that's because I don't know why they did it that way. But back to that Honda, if you buy a 71 harness and a 70 harness, you could just solder RCAs back there. You don't have to go to the amplifier. Hi from Italy.
Italy, nice.
Welcome to Italy, boys.
I want to go to Italy.
I mean, at some point in your life, I assume.
Just right here on Disney.
The Italian pavilion?
Yeah.
They got great pizza. And they're all Italian there, so it's wonderful. Except for the head cook. He's not.
I can afford the older one.
My car V12 2.3 is used in the H3. It is usually impossible to find anything that can replace that. Also, the little Soundstream amps are impressive for their size. Thoughts? I have no thoughts on the Soundstream. However, when it comes to those harnesses now, a lot of the times we're buying the AP harnesses from PAC, which is the Amp Pro harnesses. They make the plug and play at the amplifiers, so they usually have a lot of the stuff we need. Also, we're also looking at everything that iData makes. So iData is now making plugs. They're not made for that, just like the car IV piece isn't, but we're making them work. Louisiana checking in.
Hey.
Yup, it has that connector. Okay.
Namekusen.
That stinks. All right, well, then go back to plan 1. All right, listen, guys, I would love to stay and chat like we always do, but today is Thursday, which, as we said at the opening of the show, tonight, if you want to party and hang out, head over to Hi-Fi Vegas channel on YouTube, where you can see him and I think tonight's topic is DSP.
Ooh.
I know, right? I hope he knows something about it, because I'm at a loss.
that.
Anyways, we're going to be talking about that, and of course, carrying on and having a good time as we do. It's a nice, laid-back car stereo show. It's a lot of fun. We laugh a lot, and I cuss.
Why
Who
would you
do?
do that?
I don't know. I got yelled at once.
Don't do that, man.
I know.
It's not nice.
I don't think he's watching anymore. All right. But anyways, thanks so much for tuning in today, guys. It's been 5 minutes of 5-star. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
so sorry. No pictures at this moment, please.
That was good. That was good. Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to 5 Minutes of 5 Star. How's everybody doing this fine Saturday? Okay, thank you. Happy Saturday. So, yes, it is in fact Saturday, which means
Somebody
that
confirm it.
somebody confirmed it. Thank you. We got a second on that one, which means good news. That means
We have a show today.
we have a show today. We're doing live at 6 o'clock over there on the YouTubes. Oh, before I forget, remember how we were talking about moving the Warhorse?
Yes.
There are 2 studs in that wall.
Oh, you already find it?
I found them this morning when I got here, so we will be able to move that. We're going to need a ladder because it's there. We're moving the Warhorse. So the Warhorse is going to move from here up to there. We took that logo down, and it was the only banner we still had at the store, but it's going to move up to there because I just ordered cabinets to go all along here. They're going to be here sometime in February, apparently. They're going to make them one at a time. So we want to move the Warhorse. Plus, it's been there for like a year. So,
More than a year, like,
yeah, it's been there a while. So, we want to move stuff around a little bit and kind of like have some fun with it. But what we're working on today is a Suburban. Remember Bourbons, bro? Got a Bourbon. This is a, what do we call it? Urban assault vehicle. This is what they call this. This was the urban assault vehicle.
right.
Yeah, this is the mom's urban assault because it's Suburban, man. I don't know. This, what do you expect? But so pro tip of the day, we're putting a Kenwood radio in it, so we'll just set that right here. This has the Bose system in it, and for those of you that don't know how to tell if your car has a Bose system in it, it says it right there. Or on the newer ones, it says it up here on the tweeters. It'll say Bose like right there.
How you find that?
I know, right? I believe they call it branded audio systems. Anyways, so with this particular one, this thing is old as dirt. I mean, yeah. So we're doing a basic. We got 4 new 6.5s in here. Again, 4. So we got those, and he doesn't want any of the Bose. Bose is cutting off right now, so the amp's probably bad. We also put a P312, and that's why, or 10 or something. That's why Fernando's underneath the hood. But in this dash, there's this. This is the harness here for the Bose. And then buried back here behind this panel is this harness. And this is a T-harness for the 4 speakers. So these here, the ones back here. Fernando, I think, has already got the subwoofer in the back. Hey, there's your spare. And it's sitting over there, all tucked up. Apparently he puts bodies in here or something, so he wanted the skinny one. Yeah. So there we go. That's what we have happening inside of that. And then, yeah. So he's finishing up the battery here. Do you need the GM bat? Let me get you one of those. You got it? Where's it at?
Right there.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, you got your GM bat. So if you guys have never seen these, so this is, you can pull that silly nut out, and then this will go in place of it, and as you see, it's threaded right there. So this gives you the ability to put another attachment on it. So, and they make a double one too. So if you have the one that has like the dual battery, we have 2 of these red things. They make a longer one. They make an XL, as it were.
Ooh, baby.
Yeah, fun times. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Did one of those and didn't know of the speaker plug, just installed radio, no sound. Oh yeah, I know, right? Well, Metra does make a harness to bypass the amplifier if you want to get access to all the speaker wires. So there are more speakers in here. In the very, very, very back, way back there is a set of 3.5s, and of course there's tweeters here. And if the amplifier is located underneath the center console, so if you pull this cup holder up here, you can see the amplifier tucked in this way, and then the wiring harness is back here. So, but this is a much easier way for what we're doing since we're just putting in, 4 speakers. I will tell you that the wiring is backwards, so front is rear and rear is front. So don't hook them up color for color, which I'm thinking I may have done because we were talking. So there's a possibility I might have hooked them up backwards. So I'll check that. Yeah, why are the voices coming out of the back? Taking a break from moving. Cincinnati, cold as, yeah, today, no doubt. Not here, it's like 70. Back on my 2002's Jimmy and Susu, got battery with side and top posts. Yeah, those are nice. Yeah, the problem with the top post here is that it's so close to this stupid bar. You know, I don't know. But yeah, side and top posts are cool. Hold on, why'd you break the leather seats?
I didn't break it. I was hungry, so I just bite them.
Yeah. My Highlander you did in October has no sound when turning system on. Fuses are good, amps are turning on. Any ideas? I'm not going to speculate, but my guess would be to get it in here or give Paul a call and let's figure out what's going on. That's the easiest thing. The only other thing is it depends on what we had to do for integration. So that would be something we would have to check out. So, you know, there's a factory radio, aftermarket radio. But give Paul a call and let's figure it out. Let's get you scheduled and we'll get it taken care of. Dean, did Paul sell you the quad box? No, he did not. He sold that to another customer. I didn't want it. So
Haley wanted it.
Haley wanted it, but I didn't want it. No. Come on, really? What's your favorite sound treatment? I don't know. Do you have a favorite sound treatment? I mean,
it depends.
It's just, yeah, I mean,
what's actually easy to work with, of course, that's going to be the best.
Yeah.
Some of these sound treatments, they are really hard to bend and put it on, so it's like... But check Ground Zero and Stinger.
I did a Maestro, Kenwood, radio, audio controls, audio control amps. So we put a Kenwood radio in it, and it's that.
What?
I would have to take a look at it. Yeah, we would have to take a look at it. The Toyota. It's got a Toyota radio, audio control amplifiers, and you're not getting audio. Yeah, that's something weird. We would definitely have to take a look at it. Or talk on the phone and we can talk more about what's actually happening. Hey guys, on the BO Ford, when you guys use the Zen A to B, do you guys prefer to run optical or RCAs? A lot of the times we prefer to run optical if the amplifier has an optical input. Just because it's only one cable, it's kind of nice. But there again, it also depends what you're feeding the optical into. If the Zen has a better DA converter built into it than what you're putting it into, then I would probably run RCAs. Any new 911s on the horizons? Nope. Hey Dean, did you get back black screen on your radio when you put your car in reverse and have a backup camera? Is the camera dead or problem with radio? I have no backup camera. That's pretty much why. So, okay, if you get black screen on your radio when you put it in reverse and have a backup camera, is the camera dead or problem with radio? That would more than likely be a problem with the camera. Radio's usually typically fine. Most of the time I don't think we've ever had a situation where the radio's been dead. It's always been the camera.
Right, yeah. And probably connected to the wrong RCA?
Well, no, I'm assuming if it was working, then it stops working.
Oh, it was working, okay. Yeah.
Oh, we got a new brake booster, too.
We got a lot of new things in here.
Yeah, got new belts. Wow. Okay, it's really updating this thing. Yeah, typically that means, check your powers. Make sure you have power going to it. On my 89 Ford Probe, 12 volt isn't working on my radio, so I ran my 12 volt to the amp, 12 volt. What should I do? Look for the fuse? If there's no 12 volt behind the radio, there's a fuse that's blown somewhere. Check your illumination for the dome light. See if that has a fuse. The LGD for resistance. Yeah. Dayton or Rockford DSP, which do you recommend? Rockford. What do you keep in all those Pioneer boxes behind you? Okay. So we write on there, so those are random T harnesses, those are antenna adapters, rags, whatever tape holder things are, those are RCA tips, anything auxiliary, Focal, Toyota parts, steering wheel control, crossover parts, iData parts, vinyl dye, primer,
relays, fuses.
Fuse holders, ferrules, anything USB related. And then over here we have like random harnesses, alarm harnesses, FM modulators, tweeter parts, test radios, grill cloth, cigarette lighter adapters, high level to low level adapters, old air tools, pack chime modules. I don't know why it says overhead light parts. That's when we replaced all these with LEDs. And then random casters off of toolboxes. About once. What's that? No, I'm not a hoarder. We've thinned this out a lot, and we're probably gonna thin it out again once those new shelves come in. We're gonna probably half of these will be gone.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah, because as we don't use stuff, we just throw it away. So, like stuff like there's a couple boxes up here that we just don't use anything out of anymore. So we'll just pitch them. Can you film the new Accord you are going to do with the Access DSP? You mentioned it the other day. When we do it, that was the plan, yes. Anything, everything magic are in those boxes so they can make the situation work. A lot of the times that's what we save the stuff for, but it's getting to the point where if I don't open a box for like 3 or 4 months, then it's got to go because we need the room for other stuff. What's up? 06 Volkswagen Rabbit, totally stock system. Someone mentioned it's having a stock amp hidden in a fender or something like that. Any recommendations? Hate that I can't raise volume halfway. It's all got to go. Typically in it, if it does have the factory amplifier in a Rabbit, 06 Rabbit, it should be like driver's side rear. Yeah, I mean, most of the time they're in the driver's side rear, like you can see them. You don't have to pull the car apart to actually see them. But Google's a wonderful thing. I know it's a Volkswagen, so I can guarantee you there's going to be like 10,000 forums that'll have that information, because if we can't find something, that's what we do. What amp are you going to do with the Accord? Don't know, don't remember. Audio lag on optical Toshlink cables? How would you know? I mean, it's, unless you're running RC and optical at the same time, how would you know? I mean, it's light, it's pretty fast, so it moves up, How do you deal with optical signal out of the Zen not being as loud as the RC outputs? Again, it just depends what it's going into and what we're trying to power. If it's a volume sensitive situation where it's like maybe we're doing the 70 watt by, like something that has 70 watts by 4 as opposed to like 200 watts by 4, that could be an issue, and RCA is probably a better idea. However, if we have tons of power, then I don't really see it as being an issue for us. We've never had a problem with volume when using that output into any situation, but we've also just done big amplifiers. So I have weird whistling noise coming from tweeter when listening to moderately high levels. Running key 204 Rockford's components gains are at 0. Any recommendations? Whistling noise? I guess I would be curious to see what you actually car and stuff like that. I mean, if the gain is all the way down, there shouldn't be any floor noise, or very little floor noise, depending on whether it's the radio or not. I mean, like or is it just like air moving? I mean, it could be floor noise, but it could be coming from the radio.
Or do you have anything plugged in, like lights?
Well, that would be a whine if it's a constant whistling at moderate levels. I mean, the other thing too is you have really efficient tweeters that are going to pick up everything. So, easiest way to 1/4 inch ABS without buying expensive ass plastic blade for my table saw. To cut 1/4 inch ABS? I mean, you don't necessarily need a plastic blade for cutting the 1/4 inch ABS. You just need something with, something with like a lot of teeth usually works. Like if you got like an 80 toother, that'll do the job pretty well. You just have to have something that gets the product out of the way fast, because it wants to melt. So you have to create a gap quickly and have it push it off to the left or right. I think that's really the only difference with these plastic blades, is just the way it's tilted. so that it moves the what it's removing out of the way faster.
If you want to do it every day.
He doesn't. It's Bobby.
I mean, just a regular saw,
Or use a
one
router
time.
bit.
Just one time, 2 times, that's it.
Yeah, that. Turn the blade backwards. No, God, don't do that. That would no. Yeah, that wouldn't work. How would that work?
And cut it backwards.
Well, no. I mean, if you, it's just gonna heat up and burn its way through.
No. Just fine.
I mean, you could do it. I mean, because
but
it's
you're
like
not
I'll pull the
cutting
medium through, and that's gonna pull the product down. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but you're not cutting 8x4, so just.
That'd just be dangerous, man. That would just be dangerous. Hey, what are your thoughts on AudioQuest products, particularly the aux cords and DACs? I don't think I've ever seen AudioQuest products. Digital analog converters, PS, they compete in car systems. Honestly, I have no idea. I've never heard of, not familiar with the brand. It's just, so Bobby's not clowning me. I said it's just Bobby with his question. Oh. Do you know any good installers in New Jersey for a friend? Where is Nick Apicilla over there in New Jersey? No, is he in New York? Apicilla? I don't know. I mean, they do stuff like that. No, that's Bryce. It's in Texas. Apicilla's up there in that area.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What's 12 Volt Marketing Group? Hit here on Instagram. Hit up 12 Volt Marketing Group. 12 Volt Marketing Group. That's his territory. He'll be able to help you out with somebody in that area. So he's a sales rep for that area. So he'll know who the good guys are, and he'll be able to help you out. How do you guys feel about Power Bass? Love Power Bass. Power Bass is cool. Power Bass has their place in the industry that is really awesome. Specifically, all the cool plug-and-play stuff that they make. I feel they're doing great work, so if you want something, like if you want to do an upgrade, you're a DIY guy, so let's say you had a newer Chevy or F-150 or Toyota or whatever, and you just want to make something sound better, simple, easy, you don't want to have to buy brackets and clips and all this other crap. Power Bass, boom, put it in, guarantee it's going to sound better. I mean, yeah, it's nice stuff. Is it me or is JL audio overrated? It's just perspective, man. Some people love this stuff. I mean, there's a lot of things that people consider overrated. Take audio out of the equation. Pick anything in life. Are the Steelers overrated? Patriots overrated? I don't know. Is AT&T overrated for Verizon, or they both suck? I mean, Coke overrated from Pepsi? These are all questions we'll be asking everybody for years and years and years to come.
Coke for life.
If you love something, it's okay to love more than one thing and or be accepting. The whole if you're not on my team, you suck. Yeah, it's kind of old. Backup camera, I meant to say. All right, what was the question? Replacing my factory radio with a head unit, better sound quality versus high level. Replace my factory radio with head unit. Better sound quality versus high level to JL audio fix. Depends on the car. Really, it just depends on the car. Not every factory radio is a pain in the ass to make sound good. But if you want to make sure that you don't have any issues and that you don't have to play with anything, then replacing the radio will definitely do that. And instead of getting a fix, I would replace the radio, maybe go with a tweak. That way you can take that awesome signal and put it into a DSP and make it sound great. What's up, guys? How far are you booked out for appointments? I just tried to get a date off in February, and it's going to be really tough. So I'm thinking somewhere past that. I don't know. It just depends. I honestly have no idea. That's Paul and his. I don't find out about anything until I get here in the morning. So it's just how I roll. And everyone's like, hey, I'm going to call back. I don't even know you called. Amp sub GM61 to LC2I, good or no? Or does the GM61 fix the bass roll off? God, yes. No, you would never do that. Amp Pro sub GM61 to your amplifier. The LC2I is a redundant. The LC2I is a high level to low level adapter. No, you pick one or the other. So if you want clean, amazing sound, just boom, done, RCA output, Amp Pro amp sub GM61, plug it into your amp, you're good. If you want to deal with all the headaches, then you go with the LC2i. But yeah, one or the other, not both. The Amp Pro is also easier. How's the sound quality on the Kicker Square Sub versus Round or other brands? I don't know. I mean, like, the Square is loud.
I know.
I mean, I have a hard time, like, when people are like, there's guys that are like super bass guys. Like, oh my God, that woofer sounds so amazing. I am not that guy. Like, I like what I like, and as long as the subwoofer does it, I really don't care.
I just when you mix that word of like sound quality, it's like, okay, what kind of sound quality?
Yeah, I know. It's like the generic word.
Right.
It's like a soda.
What kind of soda?
What kind of soda do you like? I like Coke. I don't.
But they
He does.
sound good. I mean,
It's an amazing speaker.
it is an amazing.
I just, the sub question has always got me because it's like, I just want bass. If the sub gives me bass, I'm usually pretty happy.
I got to 6.5. They sound amazing.
You're easy.
Exactly.
35 degrees and freaking snowing, says Bobby. Oh, yuck.
Where?
How's the sound? Okay, yeah, in California where he lives.
What?
Yeah. My cadence amps was playing one day, and after a day, it didn't come back on, and everything is in order. We call that the stepping out in front of a bus thing, meaning one day you're fine, you walk off a curb, you get hit by a bus. There's no predicting it. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just you got hit by a bus. Electronics will do that. Everything will be working wonderfully day after day. Everything is great, and then you wake up and it doesn't.
And you're like, what the heck?
There's no explaining it. It's just one of those things that happen. I mean, trust me, it's something we deal with daily. You will put a system in, it'll work great, everything's wonderful, and then one day it just doesn't work anymore, and you're like, what happened? We don't know, and that's when we have to go in and figure stuff out.
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper. Bobby's a Dr. Pepper fan.
Really?
What's the best way to contact you if I need a quote for an install on my 07 Honda Civic Sedan? Located in Miami, but willing to drive to you guys. You're going to call Paul at the store, 727-216-6170, and at some point, if he can't help you, then at some point I'll get back to you. I can't promise you when. You just got to kind of be patient. Because it's a long story. Thoughts on the JLVXI DSP amps? Love them. Have great. Nothing but positive experiences with that amplifier. Everyone we've done has been phenomenal. I like the software. I got nothing. Yeah. If I went with an iPad build, what's the cleanest way to mount it? That would be a Soundman question, because that's what he does. So I would definitely head over to soundman.ca and see what he's got. He's got forums and stuff like that can probably help you get good information on iPad type stuff. Good replacements for the factory backup camera and a 2015 Ford Fusion. So you're going to want to look at the size of the camera, meaning is it a square, is it round, and then head over to echomaster.com, and they have like 300 cameras there to choose from, and see which one best fits the size and shape of what you're trying to replace. That's what we do. I bought a set of Scar Audio 6.5 Marine speakers to put in my camper. Ever used the product? Going to run them with the Kenwood amplifier, multi-channel bridged. I mean, Paul sells them all day long. We did review one set of them like 3 or 4 years ago. They look like they're pretty solid speakers. So, Johnny Brolin in the house. What's up, Johnny from Texas? Woo, woo, woo. Camaro Alpine single din. I would go for a 7 series Kenwood. Let's get an X7 something. Go to the Exelon line. I think the 7 is probably the one they update the most. So I would look at that. It's hanging 70 degrees in Clearwater. I know, right?
It is?
Yeah. New audio control 5-channel amp. You said the SQ is great. Is it on par with the 4-channel and 6-channel audio controls? Actually, I think it's better. Not gonna lie, the 5-channel is a whole new design. I think it's better. So, I don't know. I really like it. I'm happy. Any good car audio installers in Orlando area you guys can recommend? Check out Tint World.
Which one?
In Orlando.
Which one?
Yeah.
They have
Pete. What door speakers do you recommend for a 13 Honda Sonata stock head unit with non-nav? Depends. There's so much to consider. It depends. Would you recommend mounting backup camera via double-sided tape? No. Like the Pioneers, like the Kenwoods, like the Alpines, it all come with little pieces of double-sided tape. That goes on there to hold it in place while we drill the holes and mount it where, how it needs to be. Always put screws. I'm not a fan of the double-sided tape. I mean, anytime we do anything, we try to reduce as much potential for failure as possible. Tape just seems like it's a possibility for it to fail. I mean, there's things that you can't control and things you can control. And if you mount a camera on with tape and it fails, you have no one to blame but yourself. So we would put screws in it to make sure that we don't run into a situation like that. Anytime you can help yourself not have to service something down the road, you do it. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes stuff just happens. But Dean, are the drill bits that drill and tap threads work good? Not really. I mean, I have a couple sets of them and I use them, but when you're going small, like when you're like in the M3, M4 range, they kind of suck. M5 works great. That size, that bigger size, those typically work wonderfully. But the smaller ones, it seems like anything below an M4 size just sucks. It never works out. I think because it's just the threads are too thin and too close together. Hey, Dean and Fernando, how are y'all doing? Hope all is well. My question to y'all is, will a sub in the trunk affect an 8 woofer that is in the rear deck? Of course it will. It'll compete against it. You're going to have all kinds of fun problems. I would strongly recommend disconnecting it. If you can, pull it out, but definitely disconnect it. There's no reason to have it in there fighting with the speaker you're putting in. Yeah, you can get it. Boss, I'm blaming on COVID. Jennifer says hi. Hi, Jen. Best amp for replacing Boston Acoustic factory amp, including T-harness for 2011 Camaro SS. We actually did a video on that, so you can check it out. It's over in the Car Stereo Labs. Look for the video on the PXE-0850S. You'll have to make your own T-harness, but there is a T-harness available. You just have to repin it. We show you how to do that in the video. I took mine out and I put in that particular product. That's why we talked about it. However, it's kind of small, but we were trying to do a factory upgrade, meaning keep everything factory, just add in an amp to make it sound better. But yeah, there's tons of stuff you can go with. How is the factory radio in a 2016 Ram 8.4-inch screen? Fine. 8.4-inch screen, no problem. I can work with that all day long. I'll take that factory radio, throw an Amp Pro on it, or the iData AR with or just go AR harness, one of these yellow boxes next to Fernando's head, with a DSR1 and just go to town. So it doesn't have to have a branded system. It'll reflash the radio and give you exactly what you need. So yeah, the 8.4-inch screen is gold. If it does what you need to do, keep it. William Berg is in the house. What's up, man? Thank you, soundman.co, for that iPad question. Hi from Carson City, Nevada. What's up? Not CA, but don't worry. Okay, whatever works. Afternoon, guys. Hope your day has been good. It's all right. It's been past 5, just trying to keep guys on schedule. Is it? Well, it's only 4 here, so we're good. We still got another 2 hours. You gonna join the bass fan build with Soundman and EXO? Of course not. You kidding me? I can't even build my own Camaro, let alone do a van. What are we? I mean, we can't get nothing done here. We have jobs, remember? LC7i for Ford F-150 2016. Would you recommend it? No. You can. Nothing wrong with that. However, if you really want a solution for your Ford that is going to make it sound better, get this right here, the DFO2, and plug it into the DSR1. This will reflash your radio. These combination of this and this will reflash your radio to a 5-volt variable voltage output. It'll talk to this. It'll take away all the Ford EQ, make it perfectly flat. If you type in on YouTube DFO2 And I think it says DFO2 and DGM3. We reviewed these two units at the same time. We show you this in a Ford. I think at the time it was an Explorer. It's the exact same thing in an F-150. But this is gold, man. This is gold. If you have fake engine noise in the car, like it's a 3-liter with the fake engine noise, so bypass all that crap so you don't have to worry about it. The 2-liter doesn't have it. But yeah, this is what you do in an F-150, or you go out to this to a iData product such as a DFO2 into an AR into something like this guy here, or you can do it into something like if you're an ARC Audio fan, you can go into the ARC. If you're an Audison fan, you can go into the Bit Nove, this guy right here. The Bit Nove will also give you that feature, and then you can go off to anything you want, or you can do Prima or Forza. Lots of fun. All right, let's flip this back around. What do we got? Oh, we passed 5 minutes, not 5 p.m. Oh, my bad. I mean, yeah, I'm all for it. What's better to run RCAs to my DSP, or should I hook up to the rear speakers that will sound better? I don't understand the question. That sounds like a bad question. I have a 2014 Chevy Cruze base model. Can they still install an aftermarket radio even if it has radio factory harness clipped off? Anytime we run into something like that, we always order the reverse harness for it, just because we want to be able to service it down the road if it ever needs to be serviced. I mean, yeah, you could still, if you could find a company that has the ability to get you what all the wires do, you're going to need to integrate into the data harness and all that other fun stuff. But the smart money is to order the 71 harness from Metra. It's like if you go into Metra, they may list the 71 harness. The 71 is a reverse harness. So the first two letters will be 71 and then dot whatever. Usually a 4-digit code after that. Solder that harness back into the car, and then you're good to go. I mean, unless you can find like a junkyard that sells like parts or cut harnesses and stuff like that. But I strongly recommend putting the harness back in. How do you put auxiliary? What are you looking? What did you have to go get? Oh, for the subwoofer? We didn't have any over here? Oh, wow. How do you put auxiliary on a factory radio 1984 Camaro? Well, you would get an FM modulator. So Stinger makes FM modulators, or anyone makes FM modulators. You can head over to Amazon, type in FM modulator. It's going to plug into the antenna. It's going to force your auxiliary in through the antenna. And they're actually not that bad right now because no one's paying attention to them right now. So they usually have pretty strong output. How important is an epicenter for DSP for bass heads? I mean, DSP is pretty nice because, the biggest complaint we get is that, with the loudspeakers and stuff like that, you don't have the ability to tune things. And, like maybe you want to have like stupid loud parking lot tune and then like driving everyday tune. You can do that with a DSP. As far as epicenter goes, I mean, if you're an SPL guy, chances are good. I mean, if you just want stuff to get silly, like fat and then an epicenter is fun. Otherwise, I mean, I don't know. Everyone's unique. I mean, when we yeah. So you literally took them out of the car. That's 100% you, bro. Do you need a drill? You got it.
Probably need one.
Oh man.
My finger doesn't work.
Here, drill. Look at that. It's already got the bit on it and everything.
Oh my god, you're amazing.
I know.
You're the best.
Because it was probably in the car and you moved it. What the hell? What's happening, y'all? Just working on a Chevy.
You're the best.
Oh, shush. 07 Lexus IS350. It has factory nav. What's a good... Oh my god, dude. Seriously?
And I just kick it out.
Oh.
They're hot. That's why I dropped it. I just need the screws. Thank you, sir.
Dude, that's so sad. 07 Lexus nav. Good module bypass. It to put 4-channel amp and 2-channel amp. Honestly, it's just going to depend on what factory system that 07 has. If it's a base model system, you're just going to have to go high level. But, you can go over to pack-audio.com and see if the only thing that could possibly work in that is the Amp Pro It may work is the Amp Pro TY series. They make a 12 and a 13, I believe. One of those may work. It may not. It depends on what bus system the radio has. Some of the Lexuses use... Why are you having such a hard time dropping screws? My God, dude. Nothing. It's just funny. But anyways, that's what you'll have to look at as far as that goes. Now, if it does have a factory, like if it is a premium amplified system and it like images well and it sounds okay, you may want to think about not doing a 4-channel amp and going with something like a multi-channel amp. So, for example, like maybe take the 4-channel amp and just put it on the front components and just put something on the subs, as opposed to trying to compress everything down to have front rear sub. So it's something to think about. There's more than one way to put a system in a car. The old school 5-channel method, front rear sub, isn't always the best way to do it. If you need any audio control guitar picks, let me know. I'll let Chris know. I just want one. He sent enough for all of Florida. That's cool. No, actually, Fernando has a box of them. They have a candy dish of them sitting on at their desk at the headquarters, so you can just like fill your pockets with them if you want. Fernando's putting in that work. One of us has to. Did we test the radio before we put the dash on, so we didn't have to? No, that's a no. Do you have the harness? No. Okay. I don't know where it went. What's up, amigos? Do you recommend ported or sealed? I like, for the 212 6.5. What is your box? Ported?
Yes.
He has the 2 Scar 6.5s in his car now ported. He loves it. So we did have the Ground Zero 1.6 in there, but because we're running the audio control, we needed a different ohm load, so we just grabbed what we had. It's like, we just have random subwoofer boxes that we can throw in his car when we need to do stuff like that. I'm thinking of putting 2 Q class kicker round subs. Do you recommend separate amps for the 2 or a single? I would try to get a single personally. I like single sub amps. Unless I'm doing something extremely huge, in which case, no, then I want multiples. But I think you could probably get into one that's pretty big. Guys, what do you use just for bass in a 2012 Tacoma 4-door? Check Foxbox, foxacoustics.com. See what they have for that. Fox Acoustics, if it's the right, otherwise, it's a trend. Smile, Fernando.
What's up?
That's Jeff. He's telling you to smile. I know, right? G-Day from Australia. Got a boomy sub. Is the boominess from crossover point or box design? Or something else? The old Rockford 400 A4 only, low pass switch, no adjustability. From the box. Most of the sound for your woofer is going to come from your box. The box is what you tune it to. The port dictates the sound it's going to have. Now, some of the characteristics of the subwoofer, some subwoofers are boomier than others just because of the design of the motor structure, how stiff the suspension system is. But my guess is if it's boomy, if you have a ported box, that'll definitely make it boomier because you're essentially, the box is EQing the subwoofer. The crossover is just limiting the amount of sound that can get to it. So if you, for example, put in a subsonic filter up to a certain frequency, well, you're just limiting it. If it still be boomy, it's just going to be boomy now in the limited bandwidth that you've given it. So probably what you'd want to do is look at maybe a different design for the enclosure for sure. Audio Control 6100 and the 1500.1 on K2 components and Access 6x9s and 210 L7Ts or Fosgate Mini. Oh, no, gosh, I'd go with the audio controls. Go with the audio controls for sure. The audio controls sound way better at the 2 ohms that the K2s are going to do than those Fosgates will. Just saying. Space is not an issue. Yeah, I would go audio control all the way. K2s on an audio control, ooh, sexy. Sexy for sure. Yeah, definitely do that. You won't be disappointed. Have you had any experience or lack of mid-bass and focal flat components running passive? No, check your polarity. I mean, check the phasing. Make sure that they're both in phase. If you get lack of mid, and you can do that easily by just fading left and fade right. So if you fade all the way to the left and you have mid-bass, and then you fade all the way to the right and you have mid-bass, and then when you're in the middle, if you have no mid-bass, then one of the speakers is definitely, you have a phasing problem happening. One of them may be wired backwards, or there could be a timing issue that's causing the phasing problem, equalization. But start with just one speaker first and see if that one speaker has mid-bass or not. So it'd probably easier to start with the passenger side because that's the one that's most available to your ear as you're sitting in the car. The other thing too is what kind of treatment have you done to the door? How's it mounted into the door? Is it loosely mounted in the door? Is the front of the speaker accessing the back of the speaker? Because if the front sound wave and the back sound wave are talking to each other, then that could cause cancellation and you'd lose mid-bass. So when we talk about fast rings and isolating those components from one another, that's what we're talking about. The other thing too is if the speaker is mounted to a weak baffle and the baffle is moving, the speaker is moving and the baffle is moving, there again, you're getting cancellation, you're going to lose that mid-bass. You could also run into a situation where maybe the vapor barrier isn't in the door anymore. So that piece of plastic that goes, you know, this giant piece of plastic goes right here might be gone. In which case now air is coming around and getting to the front side of the driver, which is going to cause mid-bass cancellation. So there's a lot of little things in the installation. You can't just take a speaker, screw it in the door and be like, bam, give me mid-bass, bitch. You can in certain situations, but usually that's if you have a car where they thought of stuff like that. Like this door as compared to like a brand new Dodge Ram door, immediately I will get more bass out of that Dodge Ram because it's a totally encapsulated door. And when we put that mid-bass in, as long as we isolate the front of the speaker from the back of the speaker properly, we're going to have great mid-bass. This door, not so much, because there's like this whole area here is just one big open space, so it's going to suck. Anyways. A couple more than all right. Oh, hold on. Let me see. Oh, cancel. Oh, hang on. Let me see. Ask Nando if the 500 side of the new 5300 seems more like the original Epicenter 600 on the outputs. I got to be honest with you. Like, when the original Epicenter 600 came out, we really didn't do a lot with it. That was the two new things. Those amplifiers never sold all that well. There's actually one sitting right there. That's the Epicenter 600. That's mine that I bought. That was the last one we had, so I bought it. But we never really did a lot with those amplifiers. It just, I don't know. It was really expensive for a 600 watt amplifier because of the Epicenter. That's why they redesigned it, went up to 800. It took it out. So, damn, I got all three Fosgate minis for sale now. They're great amplifiers. I love those amplifiers. But if I'm going to do K2s, man, I want some real power, big. I mean, okay, I shouldn't say real power because, like, we go through tons and tons of those amplifiers, and they are 100% real power. But when you compare them to that audio control, the audio control is definitely a bigger beast. I bought hydraulic crimpers off the tool drawer. Ooh, you got the crimpers? Oh, I love those, man. Thanks, Dean. Yep, fade both sides, still no bass on either side, crossover at 80 hertz, full deadening indoors, running 80 watts RMS. Could it be the amp? Factory mid-bass sounded way better. Okay, all right, so we've faded it left and right. Okay, the other thing too is check it against the rear speakers. Okay, so basically what I'm getting at is isolate the speaker to itself. If we're fading it just to that side, make sure there's no rear speakers playing either, because we actually have run into a situation, not in that particular speaker, but sometimes the front and rear speakers will compete against one another and cancel it out. But I'm just trying to think what else could be causing that issue. If you've sound treatment, did you have fast rings though? It doesn't say whether or not you did the fast ring thing. Could it be the amp? I mean, without having like an RTA to plug into it and see what is electrically happening, that could be the only thing. So, like, do you have a DSP that you can plug in? So, like, I mean, that would help a little bit, maybe not. No, because you still need to do it after at the speaker. So I'd want to see what's getting at the speaker. So I would plug my I'd plug my RTA in at my speaker and see what signal I have coming to it and try to figure out if it is in fact coming from that or not. Dang. Okay, now you got me stumped. Then what's the output difference on 500 side versus 800? Oh, the 800 one's a lot louder. The 800 one is definitely a lot louder. It's almost double the power on that. So I mean, it's a lot of power. But there again, it's a 5-channel amp designed to do a specific thing. So like in Fernando's car, running 2 6.5s, running a full active front stage, it's perfect for that. It's going to be perfect for anything we used to put the Q Class 1005 in. Same amount of power there. So like if you have, you know, 2 normal 12s, I mean like, you know, middle road 12s, like some P2s or Kicker Comp R's, something like that 300 to 600 watt subwoofer, that's going to be perfect. So yeah, but if you're trying to do more, then obviously, you know, there's no replacing big power. So, you know, if you look at like a 4.800 and the 1.800, it's 1600 watts. It's 500 watts more power than that amplifier is going to be offering you. It's a big difference. It's a lot more power. So the 5-channel is going to be nice if it fits your needs. And it is going to fit the needs of a lot of people. Like, I am so excited these amplifiers are finally coming out because, for one, Kicker doesn't make the Q Class 1005 anymore. This is more power. And yeah, as soon as that DSP one, we still got another 2 months before the DSP one ships, but at least now we have that big, powerful 5-channel amplifier for that customer. So remember, amps are tools, man. I might be a tool too, but I am. But amps are tools. They fix problems that arise when designing systems. So if you need more power, then that's not the right tool for you, even though it's the new hotness and everyone's super excited about it. It's like, oh, I can't wait. You know, if it ain't what you need, it ain't what you need. Right, Fernando?
That's right.
That's right. All right, guys, listen, I'd love to stay here and keep answering questions. If I didn't get to your question, I apologize. But hey, you know what? You have another chance. Tonight at 6 o'clock, you can tune in and we will be doing the YouTube channel. So head over there, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and we will answer more questions. You guys have a great rest of your day. This has been 5 Minutes with 5 Star. Bye.